Hey everybody, Artie here with our last rift. This one's got more strategy to explain than the others, and that's alright. I actually like this one quite a bit because of that. This is the Dark Rift. We've got pretty standard lineup for me here, I guess. We've got Theo and Leiko frontline. There are very good reasons for that. I will explain them as we go. We've got one of my favorite monsters that I have, Lu Mei here. Just kind of a pet monster for me, love her. Xiao Lin, Hua He, and the Wind Homunculus in the back. Wind Homunculus with our brand, and just large damage. Also brings a lot of hits. You will notice that five of these monsters, 5 of these 6, have single hit auto attacks, which may seem strange considering this is a Rift boss that is kind of designed for you to hit as many times as you can. But you'll see that actually very much plays into our strategy as we go forward here. One thing you will notice is all 6 of these monsters are very high damage to a single target. And that's kind of the goal here. We're not worried too much about the boss mechanic. We are worried about dealing enough damage that we're going to be able to actually get a good score when the boss dies. So, first round here, kind of irrelevant, but he took Theo instead of Leika, and there's something that I don't necessarily fully understand about the Dark Rift, but it is very important to know. Unlike all the other rifts, the Dark Rift deals a tremendous amount of damage with his Thorns move. I'm not sure why that is the case, but it definitely is. The boss just hits like a truck. So it's really ideal to go ahead and have frontliners who have anti-death mechanics. Now, Leika can't be hit for more than 35% per hit. Mine is also on Vampire. Makes a big difference for his survival. So he's going to be hit with this Thorn of Despair, and, it's just not going to do that much. Mine's also kind of tanky. But that is going to make a really big difference on how the fight goes. The fact that boss is not going to insta-gib your front line, because if he uses Thorns on your back line, he is going to kill all 5 of them. There is not much you can do about it. He hits hard. Not going to have a great score here. It's going to be just a high double S, but you'll see how it works. So the boss is going to take somebody here. Love that he took Leika. I prefer that he takes Leika. Or Theo. I like Leika to be out there. Reason being, boss is going to do his Thorns move here, and Leika's just going to take it. You're not going to die. And if he was pretty much anybody else, anything that didn't have an anti-death mechanic, it would kill him. Instead, he's Leika, so he's fine. And we're going to keep going through here. Now, boss is going to take Leika here. He still has Theo out, but key, Theo is going to be back before the boss uses Thorns. Now he's going to use it. Theo's going to activate his anti-death, and then the boss is going to die a painful death. This is how you do Dark Rift. There are other ways you could outrune it. You could do all kinds of things, but that is going to be your consistent Dark Rift strategy. Boss takes 1. You're not going to be hitting so often that the guy is back. So, say you have Theo, and he's out there. He gets hit. He gets his anti-death, his Endure kicked on. And then, before the boss gives you back your first frontliner, he only has one option. He's going to take your Theo. He's going to take that Theo, and then you're going to hit the count, and he's going to give back your first one before the next Thorns hits. And then your first one will use its anti-death mechanic. That means Perna, that means Wind Anubis, whatever you've got. If you've got to build one for it, if you have to get a good score on Dark Rift, that is probably the easiest way to do it, because the only other way is to use tanks up front, really heavy tanks, and then have your back ruined so well that they're going to be able to put out the damage. And my runes are alright, but they're not that good. They're not going to be able to do that kind of damage if I don't have 2 damage dealers on the front line. So as you can see here, my Theo is not really built for this. It's not really built for anything. But a lot of people will use a HP rune up here and actually give him good runes throughout. And by doing that, allow him to take those shots and only activate his anti-death when the boss is on the 3rd stage. And that is super ideal. I don't use Theo pretty much anywhere but Rifts. So I've never really bothered to give him good runes. At some point I probably should. Runes for Leica. He's kind of the star of my show in this particular one. He's tanky. He's got Vampire Nemesis. He's going to get a lot of self-healing back when he does get hit like that. Between him and Hua-Hee, he's just not going to die. Love it. Hua-Hee, you've seen her in most of my videos. She's just amazing for Rifts. You can't really beat Hua-Hee for a Rift healer. Mine doesn't even have great runes, but it's perfect for this. Xiaolin, pretty much standard build. She's got your attack, crit damage attack. Mine could definitely be better. That crit damage is kind of sad, but that's how she's used. Lu Mei, mentioned her before. Really like my Lu Mei. Just she has this pair of destroy runes on her, and I don't use destroy for anything, but I love those runes. Just as a whole, very fun monster. If you've got one, great. If you've got Faye, even better. I like my Lu Mei a lot, but Faye does a ton of damage, and she would be fantastic for this. And who else? We have Wind Homunculus, which I think I already showed his runes. So, that is the strategy. Ignoring the mons that I specifically use, just make sure to keep that trick in mind with the swapping out your anti-death front line. It makes a huge difference being able to just really go full tilt at this and knock the boss out. I do hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will respond. Thanks for watching.